I am a cardiologist. I am urging seniors to stop eating these 7 fruits if you want to avoid heart attacks, strokes, and premature death. Sometimes, a person is laughing and talking in the morning, and by the afternoon, they are lying motionless from a stroke. They don't smoke, they don't drink, and they seem to eat healthily, yet their heart still stops. It sounds unbelievable, but this is the reason thousands of older Americans are rushed to the emergency room for strokes and heart failure in just a few short minutes. Fruit, which is often considered a gift from nature, is silently becoming a hidden culprit. It can cause heart attacks, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. Many cases are caused by eating the wrong fruit at the wrong time and by the wrong person. This is especially true for people over 60, whose hearts are tired and whose blood vessels have weakened. Every mistake comes with a high price. Dear friends, as someone who has witnessed many strokes happen right after a simple dessert, I implore you to watch this entire video. Because right now, I will share the 7 fruits that seem healthy but are extremely toxic to a senior's heart, and how to protect your health starting with what you eat every day. The first dangerous fruit, cherries, the sweet assassins of a senior's heart. There is a fruit hailed as the jewel of summer, fragrant, plump, and intensely sweet. Just one bite can feel like a celebration. That fruit is the cherry, a fruit that captivates so many, especially older adults. Many seniors say that as they get older, they lose their appetite for many things, but a bowl of fresh cherries always makes them feel alive. The problem is that very captivating fragrance, that rich sweetness that seems so nourishing, is secretly feeding the risk of a heart attack every day. Cherries contain a very high amount of natural sugar. When it enters the body of an older person with a weak cardiovascular system, it immediately causes blood lipids to skyrocket. This makes the blood thicker, forcing the heart to pump harder to circulate it. This can lead to high blood pressure, arrhythmia, heart failure, and even a stroke. I still vividly remember an afternoon not long ago at the emergency room where I used to work. A gentleman in his 70s was carried in by his family. His face was pale, and he was gasping for air. His family said he had just finished a large bowl of cherries, and then he felt a tightness in his chest, broke out in a cold sweat, and collapsed. His wife, standing beside him, was crying, saying, "I told him not to eat so many. He said they were too delicious to waste." That scene haunts me to this day. Because just a bowl of cherries, which seemed so harmless, stole the final breath from a human being. Even more dangerously, many seniors eat cherries in the evening or after a large meal. This overloads the digestive system, creates internal heat, and causes insomnia, bloating, and an increased burden on the liver and kidneys. In many cases, it also causes hot flashes, a spike in blood pressure, and then dizziness and fainting. Why do seniors fall so easily for cherries? Because their intense sweetness and juicy texture appeal to an aging palate that may have lost some of its sensitivity. Because they are soft and easy to eat. But those very qualities are a deadly trap for a tired heart and hardened arteries. So, I earnestly ask you to think twice before you put that cherry in your mouth. Don't let a moment of deliciousness be traded for your final years spent in a hospital, on oxygen, living on heart medication. If you're watching this, you can comment below. From now on, I will be mindful of cherries to protect my heart and liver. It's a simple statement, but it could save your own life and the lives of your loved ones. The second dangerous fruit, figs, the silent cloggers of the heart and liver in seniors. Figs, a fruit that evokes a sense of ancient tradition and natural sweetness. They're incredibly sweet and satisfying, making them irresistible to older adults. Many seniors even say they eat figs to cleanse their liver and that they are good for the gut, nutritious and wholesome. So why are more and more seniors experiencing bloating, heart fatigue, and even shortness of breath after eating figs? Are figs really as healthy as we think? Figs belong to a group of fruits that are very high in sugar and carbohydrates, especially natural fructose and glucose. If you eat too many, it will cause your blood sugar to spike, leading to an overworked pancreas and liver. Not to mention, figs can be inflammatory. When they enter the body of a senior, whose liver is already weak, whose arteries are already hardening, and whose liver enzymes may already be high, it's like adding fuel to the fire. One morning, I admitted a 68-year-old woman to the hospital. She was suffering from a swollen abdomen, high blood pressure, and an abnormally fast heart rate. Her family recounted that the night before, she had eaten a whole container of dried figs because they tasted so good she couldn't stop. Just an hour later, she started feeling a dull pain in her liver area and felt her heart pounding. Then came the nausea and dizziness. Could one single binge on figs cause such serious consequences? The answer is yes. This is especially true for people with a history of fatty liver disease, diabetes, high cholesterol, or high blood pressure. Because figs contain both high sugar and high calories, they can easily ferment when digestion is slow. This creates toxic gas in the abdomen, which can push up on the diaphragm and put pressure on the heart. The result is clogged blood vessels, a tired heart, and a damaged liver. And there's a mistake many people make: eating figs at night after a full meal. This is an incredibly dangerous time because the digestive system has already slowed down and blood has been diverted to the gut. Eating figs then is like piling on another burden, leading to a weak liver, a strained heart, and unstable blood pressure overnight. So, can you still say that figs are a harmless fruit? Please comment below. I will control my fig intake to protect my heart, liver, and blood pressure. A simple reminder, but it could help you live healthily for many more years. The third dangerous fruit, sweet grapes, the hidden bombs that detonate blood sugar in your veins. Grapes, the fruit often called nature's candy, are plump, juicy, sweet as syrup, and melt in your mouth. Many seniors consider sweet grapes their favorite dessert, even eating them daily with the thought that they are good for their blood and keep them feeling refreshed. But have you ever wondered why after eating sweet grapes, you often feel thirsty, uneasy, your heart beats faster, or you feel unusually tired? Sweet grapes, especially the very sweet varieties, have an extremely high natural sugar content, mostly fructose and sucrose. When this enters the body of an older person whose pancreas is weaker, insulin production is slower, and artery walls are harder, this sugar immediately floods the bloodstream. This causes a sudden spike in blood sugar, forcing the heart to beat faster and blood pressure to fluctuate abnormally. What happens when this situation is repeated many times? The pancreas becomes depleted of insulin, the liver develops severe fatty deposits, and the blood vessels become damaged. And then one day, a stroke hits, seemingly without any warning. I once witnessed a man in his late 60s who was generally healthy and had no history of diabetes. That day, after lunch, he ate a large bowl of sweet grapes. Just 30 minutes later, he began to suffer from a severe headache, was drenched in sweat, his speech became slurred, and one side of his face drooped. When he was brought to the hospital, doctors diagnosed him with a stroke caused by a sudden spike in blood sugar. Why could a bowl of grapes trigger such a catastrophic event in the cardiovascular system? Because seniors often have a diminished sense of fullness or hunger, making it easy to overeat without realizing it. Plus, grapes are easy to eat and their sweetness is addictive, so the more you eat, the harder it is to control. Many seniors also like to eat grapes in large quantities, which only helps that toxic sugar get into the bloodstream faster. Furthermore, grapes can be slightly inflammatory. If you eat a lot on a hot day, it can easily cause mouth sores, constipation, and increase liver enzymes, especially for those with a pre-existing weak liver, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol. If you once considered sweet grapes a health-giving gift, it's time to reconsider. Please leave a comment. I will limit sweet grapes to keep my blood sugar and heart stable. A small choice today can keep your heart safe for all your tomorrows. The fourth dangerous fruit, overripe bananas, a double-edged sword for the heart and blood pressure of seniors. Bananas, a humble and familiar fruit, are present in almost every American kitchen. They're soft, sweet, easy to swallow, affordable, and rich in potassium. Everyone says bananas are good for the heart and digestion. Many older adults consider them an essential daily snack. But have you ever asked yourself if all ways of eating bananas are good, or if there is a forbidden zone you have been accidentally crossing? The reality is that overripe bananas, the ones with brown spots that are mushy and intensely sweet, are a silent danger for seniors. The riper the banana, the higher its natural sugar content, especially glucose, and the potassium level also becomes very high. What is the result? For a young person with a healthy body and good excretory system, excess potassium can be filtered out by the kidneys. But for seniors, whose kidneys are weaker and whose blood filtering function has declined, consuming too much potassium can cause the heart to beat slowly, lead to arrhythmia, and in severe cases, even cardiac arrest. This is why many people feel dizzy, have heart fatigue, or numbness in their limbs after eating a few overripe bananas. I once treated a gentleman in his 70s who was a long-term vegetarian and ate 2 to 3 bananas after breakfast every day. One day, after eating, he felt weakness in his limbs, his heart rate slowed down, and he broke out in a cold sweat. An EKG diagnosed him with arrhythmia due to high blood potassium, and he had to be immediately put on N4 and given medication to correct his electrolytes. Why does this happen so easily? Because seniors often have a habit of not wanting to waste food and won't throw away an overripe banana, or they think the riper it is, the better and more nutritious it is. Some even eat bananas instead of a meal, thinking it has fewer calories. The result is that their sugar and potassium levels rise, their stomach becomes acidic, and their liver and kidneys are dragged down as well. It's especially dangerous to eat overripe bananas while taking blood pressure medication, diuretics, or heart medication, as it can easily cause drug interactions, electrolyte imbalances, and cardiac arrest. If you thought bananas were harmless, please stop and take a closer look. Please comment below. I will not eat overripe bananas to keep my heart beating steadily and my blood pressure stable. The right banana at the right time is medicine, but the wrong one can be the drop that makes a tired heart overflow. The fifth dangerous fruit, lychees, as sweet as a fond memory, but as inflammatory as a poison to a senior's cardiovascular system. I once witnessed a woman nearly 80 years old, sitting slumped in the emergency room hallway, clutching her left chest, breathing rapidly, her shirt soaked with sweat. Her eyes were still filled with confusion. She told the nurse, "I didn't do anything, I just ate a few lychees to pass the time." That seemingly harmless statement was the prelude to a hypertensive crisis, an arrhythmia, and nearly a stroke right in her own home. Why can a fruit so sweet and fragrant, often seen as a delightful summer treat, push a senior's heart to the brink of death? The problem lies in the extremely high sugar content and inflammatory nature of lychees. 100 grams of lychees contain nearly 20 grams of natural sugar. They also belong to a group of fruits that are considered warming or inflammatory. This can cause internal heat, making the blood thicker and causing blood vessels to constrict. This leads to high blood pressure, headaches, and a rapid heartbeat, especially in people with underlying conditions like heart disease, diabetes, or fatty liver. It becomes even more dangerous when seniors eat lychees at night or on an empty stomach when they are tired. At that time, the sugar is absorbed extremely quickly into the bloodstream, causing a sudden change in blood sugar levels, shocking the pancreas, stressing the heart, and causing the blood vessels to react violently. Why do so many seniors love to eat lychees? Because they are soft, mildly sweet, and easy to chew, which is suitable for weak teeth. Many people think, what harm can a few lychees do? But it is the daily, steady, silent accumulation that is the quietest killer of all. Besides the effects on the heart, lychees can also cause insomnia, liver heat, hives, rashes, and increased liver enzymes in people with poor digestion or those taking medication for blood pressure or cholesterol. So, if you've ever considered lychees a harmless snack, please think again. Please comment below. I will eat very few lychees to protect my heart, blood pressure, and sleep. A few lychees are not dangerous. The danger is when the heart is already weak, but we are still mesmerized by their sweetness. The sixth dangerous fruit, cold watermelon, refreshing for a moment, but chilling for your cardiovascular system all night long. On a sweltering summer day, a slice of ice-cold, vibrant red watermelon straight from the fridge is a small joy for a senior, an instant heat reliever. Many seniors even share, how can you survive this heat without eating watermelon? But what lies behind that cool sensation? It's the sudden constriction of blood vessels, an uncontrolled drop in blood pressure, a racing heart, and a thermal shock to the liver and kidneys. These are dangerous consequences that not everyone sees at the moment, but they erode your health day by day. Why is this? Watermelon, especially when eaten cold, causes blood vessels to constrict rapidly to conserve body heat. This forces the heart to work harder to pump blood throughout the body, causing feelings of fatigue, shortness of breath, dizziness, or headaches. People with low blood pressure can easily feel faint and collapse. People with high blood pressure can experience dangerous fluctuations in vascular pressure. Not to mention, watermelon contains a lot of water and natural sugar. If eaten at night or in large quantities, it forces the kidneys to work all night to filter the water, leading to frequent urination. This results in fragmented sleep, and you wake up the next morning with heart palpitations and exhausted limbs. I once treated an elderly woman who came in with chest tightness, shortness of breath, and a blood pressure of 160/100 after eating half a watermelon that had been chilled in the freezer. When I asked, I found out she had a strong craving. Right after eating it, she felt a chill run through her body, then became dizzy and couldn't even call for her children in time. The sad thing is that many seniors think watermelon is benign and cooling, helping to detoxify the liver, so they eat more and more of it continuously, regardless of the time or temperature. But they don't know that with a weak liver, poor kidneys, and a tired heart, just one sudden cold shock is enough to knock down the entire circulatory system. So how can you eat watermelon safely? Eat it at room temperature, not iced, and don't leave it in the refrigerator for too long. Only eat it in the afternoon, after you've had a light meal. Absolutely do not eat it on an empty stomach or in the evening. If you used to think, how can watermelon be harmful? Please comment below. I will not eat cold watermelon to protect my cardiovascular system and my sleep. Because that sweet chill could be the last chill your heart can handle. The seventh dangerous fruit, dried dates, a sugar cube disguised in a nutritious shell. Dates are a fruit often found in holiday gift baskets, imported snack boxes, or modern diet plans. Many seniors are given them by their children and are told to eat them. They are told dates are good for bones and joints, rich in minerals, and boost energy. Some people even see them as a breakfast replacement, thinking it's both quick and healthy. But few know that a dried date is essentially a condensed sugar cube with a seemingly harmless appearance. 100 grams of dates contain 65 to 70 grams of sugar, mostly pure glucose and fructose. This sugar is easily absorbed directly into the blood, creating a silent blood sugar shock. This is especially dangerous for seniors with hardened arteries, diabetes, heart conditions, or a weak liver. Why is it so dangerous? Because in young people, the pancreas is still flexible, the blood is thinner, and the kidneys are healthy, so they can regulate the sugar absorption. But in the elderly, the pancreas is tired, the liver's detoxification is poor, the heart's pumping is weak, and the kidney's filtration is slow. When a large amount of sugar is consumed in a short time, the blood thickens, and the heart has to strain to pump. This leads to heart fatigue, dizziness, a rise or sudden drop in blood pressure. I once met a 73-year-old gentleman who was hospitalized for an abnormally fast heartbeat, sweating and trembling hands for no clear reason. After careful questioning, it turned out he was following a healthy breakfast routine of 5 dried dates with a cup of warm water every day. After just 1 week, he began to suffer from sleep disturbances, slight swelling in his legs, and constant palpitations. The danger is that dates are chewy, mildly sweet, and easy to eat, creating the illusion that they are not too sweet, which deceives seniors. Eating a few doesn't make you feel full, but your blood sugar has already skyrocketed. Not to mention, many types of dates on the market are coated with extra honey or syrup, making the risk even higher. Besides the risk of stroke, diabetes, and heart failure, dates can also cause constipation, liver heat, and insomnia if eaten regularly without drinking enough water. So, if you are considering dates as an evening snack or a nutritious food for old age, please think again. Please comment below. I will stop eating dried dates to protect my heart, pancreas, and blood pressure every day. A gift from afar, if used incorrectly, can become the biggest debt your heart has to pay. If eaten correctly, fruit is a miraculous medicine. But if eaten incorrectly, it is a knife hidden in sweetness, destroying your heart, poisoning your blood pressure, and damaging your liver and kidneys day by day without warning. The 7 fruits you just heard about may seem harmless, but they are pushing countless seniors into stroke, heart failure, diabetes, and early death. Therefore, I hope that from today, you will stop eating or carefully control these types of fruits. Don't let a few minutes of pleasure cost you your final years spent in a hospital, living with a pacemaker and breathing with an oxygen tank every hour. If you find this content useful, please press the like button on the video and share it with your loved ones. Together, we can maintain a healthy heart, not with medicine, but with the right knowledge. So the question is, are there any fruits that are both delicious and help to clean blood vessels, stabilize blood pressure, protect the liver, and soothe the daily aches and pains in your joints? The answer is yes. Right now, I invite you to listen. Seniors should eat these 5 fruits every day to clean their blood vessels, stabilize blood pressure, keep their liver healthy, and their bones strong. Because while some fruits are a silent threat, nature has also given us gentle green hearts that protect the body from within. The first recommended fruit, avocado, the green shield that protects the heart and cleans the blood vessels of seniors. Avocado, soft, creamy, and mildly fragrant, is not just a delicious food, but is also considered one of the best fruits for the cardiovascular health of seniors. What makes it special is its content of monounsaturated fats, which account for nearly 70% of the total fat in an avocado. This is a good type of fat that can lower bad LDL cholesterol and increase good HDL cholesterol in the blood. As a result, blood vessels become more flexible and cleaner, reducing the hardening of the arteries, which is the leading cause of high blood pressure, stroke, and heart failure in older adults. Not only that, avocados also contain a large amount of potassium, even more than bananas. This helps regulate blood pressure, stabilize the heart rate, and prevent muscle cramps and electrolyte imbalances. In addition, the vitamin E and antioxidants in avocados help to slow down the aging process of heart cells, protect the liver, and improve kidney function. So, what is the right way to eat avocado? It's best to eat fresh avocado without mixing it with sugar, condensed milk, or ice cream, as this will negate its heart benefits. You should eat about 1/4 to 1/2 of an avocado at a time, depending on your condition, either in the morning or mid-afternoon. You can combine it with plain yogurt, walnuts, or lettuce to enhance its blood vessel cleansing effect and support digestion. Avocado is a silent companion, not flashy or intensely sweet, but it diligently nourishes the heart every day. A simple green skin, but inside is a biological shield for your cardiovascular system. Please leave a comment. I will eat avocado weekly to nourish my heart and blood pressure. Because taking care of your heart doesn't need to be loud, it just needs one avocado at the right time and in the right way each day. The second recommended fruit, green apple, the natural blood purifier that seniors should eat every day. While many fruits only provide sugar and water, the green apple is a biological machine that silently helps the body purify blood vessels, protect the liver, and stabilize blood pressure without causing a blood sugar spike. What's special about green apples is their high content of pectin, a type of soluble fiber that can bind to bad cholesterol in the blood and flush it out of the body through the digestive system. Its effect is not dramatic, but is steady and persistent. Day by day, it helps reduce blood fats, prevent hardening of the arteries, and make artery walls more supple and flexible, thus significantly reducing the risk of high blood pressure and stroke. It doesn't stop at the cardiovascular system. Green apples also act as a shield for the liver. Thanks to powerful antioxidants like quercetin and catechin, this fruit helps reduce liver enzymes, prevent liver cell damage, and support natural liver detoxification. This is something seniors greatly need as their bodies have to process medications and fats every day. So, how should you eat it? Green apples should be eaten in the morning after a light meal, or in the mid-afternoon when the stomach has a base to avoid irritation from their natural acidity. Always eat the skin, because the skin is where most of the anti-inflammatory agents and fiber are concentrated. Just wash it well and soak it in lightly salted water. You should not juice it or peel off the skin, as you will lose most of its blood vessel cleansing benefits. You can combine it with avocado, oatmeal, or walnuts to enhance its cholesterol-regulating effects. A green apple, crisp and tart, is not a sweet dessert, but a silent medicine that helps you live healthily, live long, and live happily every day. Please comment below. I will eat green apples weekly to protect my blood vessels and my liver. Because sometimes, an apple a day is truly the passport to a safe heart for the rest of your life. The third recommended fruit, blueberries, the purple gems that help rejuvenate blood vessels, brighten eyes, and maintain memory in old age. If there is one fruit that is both tiny and quiet, yet incredibly powerful, it is the blueberry. Its characteristic deep purple color is not just a color of elegance, it's a sign that it is rich in anthocyanins, an extremely powerful antioxidant considered a natural enemy of aging. For seniors, blueberries are not just a light snack. They are a natural medicine that helps keep blood vessels elastic, protects the heart, improves memory, and enhances vision comprehensively. The anthocyanins in blueberries can neutralize free radicals, the silent factors that cause inflammation and weaken blood vessel cells. Eating blueberries regularly will help keep artery walls cleaner and improve blood circulation. This reduces the risk of high blood pressure, stroke, and heart attack, which are the nagging worries that every older adult carries. It doesn't stop there. Blueberries are also considered food for the brain. They help increase blood flow to the brain, supporting memory maintenance and fighting cognitive decline, which is especially effective in people over 60. Besides that, the lutein and zeaxanthin content in blueberries also protects the retina, slows down macular degeneration, and helps keep eyes sharp for longer. The best way to use them is to eat 5 to 10 blueberries a day, in the morning or as an afternoon snack. Combine them with plain yogurt, oatmeal, or a light smoothie. If you use frozen blueberries, let them thaw naturally. Do not use a microwave to avoid losing nutrients. You should not mix them with sugar or syrup, as this will counteract their vessel-protecting effects. Blueberries are small, light, and gentle, but they're the most loyal guardians for your brain, heart, and eyes. Please comment below. I will add blueberries to my meals each week to preserve my memory and keep my blood vessels healthy. Because some small things, if maintained correctly, can bring about great changes to your health throughout your senior years. The fourth recommended fruit, kiwi, the vitamin C fortress that boosts immunity, cleanses the gut, and stabilizes blood sugar. Among countless fruits, the kiwi is one of the silent warriors of health, especially for seniors. It's not as glamorous or as soft and sweet as many other fruits, but the kiwi carries within it an extremely strong natural defense system. It helps fight inflammation, stabilize the heart, protect the liver, and slow down the aging process. The most outstanding feature of the kiwi is its vitamin C content, which is 3 to 5 times higher than that of oranges and lemons. This helps strengthen the immune system, prevent colds and flu, and fight inflammation in the blood vessels. This is very important as old age brings a decline in resistance. For people at risk of respiratory infections, hepatitis, or mild heart failure, eating kiwis regularly is a safe and effective biological shield. In addition, kiwis also contain a lot of insoluble fiber, which helps cleanse the intestinal tract, reduce constipation, and limit sugar absorption into the blood, thus helping to stabilize blood sugar. This is very important for seniors at risk of prediabetes or who already have type 2 diabetes. Furthermore, the active compounds in kiwis also help reduce cholesterol, control blood lipids, support liver detoxification, and keep blood pressure stable. So, what is the right way to eat kiwi? You should choose ripe kiwis that are slightly firm, not too green, which can be harsh on the stomach, and not too soft. Eat it with the skin on after washing it thoroughly, as the skin contains a lot of vitamins and antioxidants. The best time is mid-morning or mid-afternoon. Do not eat it on an empty stomach to avoid stomach irritation. Absolutely do not dip it in salt or spicy seasonings, as this will increase sodium intake, which is harmful to blood pressure. The kiwi is a common fruit, but is a comprehensive medicine for immunity, digestion, the heart, and blood sugar. Please comment below. I will eat kiwi the right way to protect my heart, liver, and blood sugar every day. Because sometimes, long-lasting health comes from the simplest things, like a kiwi in the palm of your hand. The fifth recommended fruit, ripe pineapple, the silent healer for the digestive system, liver, and blood vessels of seniors. In the treasure trove of fruits, ripe pineapple is like a natural medicine that is both easy to eat, easy to find, and contains many incredible medical benefits. This is especially true for the digestive system, liver, blood vessels, and even the joints of seniors. The greatest strength of pineapple lies in the enzyme bromelain, a natural digestive enzyme that helps break down proteins, reducing the burden on the stomach and pancreas. For older adults who often experience slow digestion, bloating, difficulty sleeping, and poor liver function, eating ripe pineapple every day is like a gentle internal cleanse. It helps detoxify the liver and improves the function of the gut. In addition, pineapple contains high levels of vitamin C, vitamin A, beta-carotene, and antioxidants. These help heal damaged blood vessel walls, reduce mild liver inflammation, stabilize blood pressure, and slow down the process of artery hardening. As a result, eating pineapple regularly can reduce the risk of high cholesterol, stroke, mild heart failure, and support blood sugar regulation. Notably, the fiber in pineapple also helps prevent constipation, softens stool, and protects the colon. This is very important for seniors who often have to take medication or eat few vegetables. So, how can you eat pineapple effectively? You should choose ripe pineapples that are not too soft, retaining their natural sweetness and firm texture. Eating it in the morning after a light meal or in the mid-afternoon is best, as it helps to optimize nutrient absorption. You should not eat it on an empty stomach because bromelain can cause stomach discomfort, especially for those with a weak stomach. Avoid eating too much in one sitting. Just about 1 to 2 small slices is enough, and you should eat it regularly each week. Pineapple is not a luxury food, but it is a gentle medicine for the liver, digestion, heart, and immune system. Please comment below. I will add ripe pineapple to my menu to take care of my liver and digestive system. Because the gentlest, softest things are sometimes what nourish longevity the most. Dear friends, you have just heard about 5 wonderful fruits that are both delicious and good for the heart, liver, blood pressure, and digestive system. So, let me ask, among them, are you eating any of them regularly? If so, congratulations, because you are truly nurturing your health in a gentle yet profound way. And if not, today is the day to start. Choose one fruit that is most suitable for you. Eat it at the right time and in the right way to feel the noticeable changes from within your body, from your sleep and breath to your flexibility each morning. If you find this content useful, don't forget to press the like button on the video and share it with your loved ones so that everyone knows that with just a few fruits eaten correctly each day, they can live happily and healthily throughout their senior years. However, the important question is, are you eating fruit the wrong way without even knowing it? Because even the best fruits, if eaten at the wrong time, in the wrong amount, or in the wrong way, can still become a silent trigger for diabetes, heart failure, and stroke. Please listen very carefully. Seniors, if you eat fruit in these 4 ways, you are opening the door to diabetes, heart failure, and stroke. Because a single mistake in how you eat can set you back on your entire journey of protecting your health, and many have already paid the price. The first harmful mistake: eating fruit on an empty stomach. A habit that seems harmless, but makes your stomach cry for help and your blood sugar run wild. Many seniors start their day in what seems like a very healthy way: a glass of water and a few pieces of fruit for a light stomach. However, it is precisely when the stomach is empty that its lining is at its most vulnerable and easily damaged. At this time, fruits with mild acidity like oranges, grapefruits, green apples, or kiwis will stimulate the stomach to produce more acid. This causes a churning feeling in the stomach, burping, a burning sensation in the upper abdomen, and in the long run, chronic gastritis. Even more dangerously, the simple sugars in fruit, when absorbed into the blood on an empty stomach, will cause blood sugar to spike like a tidal wave. The pancreas is forced to react hastily. Repeating this daily makes the pancreas tired and weak, paving the way for type 2 diabetes, high blood lipids, and a burden on the cardiovascular system. This is not a rare occurrence. Many people think they are taking care of their health, but they are inadvertently harming their own stomach, disrupting their endocrine system, and putting their cardiovascular system on the defensive. So, if you have ever started your morning with fruit on an empty stomach, please reconsider. Try leaving a note for yourself below the video. I will start loving my heart and stomach by eating fruit at the right time. Sometimes, just a small change in habit can make you feel a big difference in your heart rhythm, your breath, and your sleep every day. The second harmful mistake: eating fruit as a main meal. It seems light on the stomach, but leaves your heart tired, your pancreas exhausted, and your body weaker day by day. Many seniors, worried about gaining weight, afraid of feeling bloated, or wanting to eat healthily, choose to skip rice or bread and eat fruit as their main meal instead. Just a few slices of watermelon for breakfast, half a mango for lunch, or a bowl of ripe pineapple, and the meal is done. It's light, convenient, and seems good, but it's actually an invisible health trap. Fruit, although rich in vitamins and antioxidants, is severely lacking in 2 crucial elements: protein and healthy fats. When the body doesn't get enough of these essential nutrients, the heart won't have enough energy to maintain a stable pumping rhythm. The pancreas has to work harder to regulate blood sugar, and muscles begin to silently deteriorate due to a lack of protein for regeneration. What is the result? A feeling of dizziness, a racing heart, and weak limbs after the meal. Poor sleep and easily waking up at night. In the long run, it can also lead to malnutrition in the elderly, low blood pressure, loss of muscle mass, lipid disorders, and type 2 diabetes. In particular, eating fruit instead of dinner is even more dangerous. Because after that is a period of rest, the fruit sugar is not fully metabolized and easily accumulates as visceral fat, putting pressure on the liver, heart, and kidneys. Fruit should be a side dish, a supplement. It never was and never should be the main course. If you ever thought that just eating fruit for a meal was enough, from now on, gently remind yourself that your body needs sufficient nutrients, not just sweetness and coolness, but also sustainability. Please leave a commitment below the video. I will eat fruit in its proper role as a supplement, not as a replacement for a main meal. Because health does not come from convenient meals, but from understanding correctly, doing correctly, and loving your body completely. The third harmful mistake, eating fruit late at night. Light on the stomach for now, but a heavy burden on the liver, heart, and sleep later on. Many seniors have a habit a few hours after dinner, when their stomach starts to feel a little empty or their mouth craves something, of reaching for a few slices of fruit. Maybe some fig, a piece of ripe mango, a glass of watermelon juice, or a few slices of cantaloupe to help them sleep better and cool their liver. It seems so gentle. But this is one of the most common and misguided habits that is silently affecting sleep, the liver, kidneys, and cardiovascular system. Why is that? Because in the evening, the metabolic functions of the liver, pancreas, and kidneys begin to slow down, preparing the body for rest. At this time, if you consume a large amount of sugar from fruit, especially from very sweet types like cherries, mangoes, grapes, or watermelon, the body is forced to mobilize the liver and pancreas to work overtime to process it. The result is fluctuating blood sugar during sleep, causing insomnia, a racing heart, internal heat, a dry mouth, and frequent nighttime urination. This leaves you feeling tired the next morning with numb limbs and a foggy mind. Over time, this condition damages the liver, weakens the pancreas, disrupts the heart rhythm, and destabilizes blood pressure. Some people even choose to eat fruit instead of dinner to lose weight, but the more they do it, the weaker they feel, the less energy they have, the poorer their sleep, and they suffer from a persistent dull headache. This is because simple sugar from fruit is not enough to sustain the body during a 6 to 8 hour sleep. So, if you once thought that fruit in the evening was light on the stomach and good for sleep, perhaps today is the day to adjust that thinking. Because eating something gentle does not always bring gentleness to your body's interior. Sometimes, the right thing is all about the timing. The fourth harmful mistake, drinking fruit juice instead of eating the whole fruit. Convenience traded for thick blood, a weak pancreas, and progressive diabetes. Fruit juice sounds like a smart choice, especially for older adults who have difficulty chewing, have weak teeth, and prefer something light. Just a few pieces of orange, apple, and carrot into a juicer, and you have a fragrant, cool, easy to drink, and nutritious glass of juice. However, behind that convenience lies a series of health risks that not everyone is aware of. When you juice fruits, almost all of the natural fiber is removed. That fiber is the precious component that helps slow down the absorption of sugar into the blood, supports blood sugar regulation, protects the intestinal lining, and keeps blood vessels from experiencing sudden pressure spikes. A glass of juice, whether from oranges, grapes, or apples, when it enters the body, has its simple sugars absorbed almost instantly. This forces the pancreas to work urgently to secrete insulin. The heart has to beat faster to regulate the newly thickened blood. If repeated many times, this condition can easily cause blood sugar imbalances, pancreatic failure, lipid disorders, and faster progression of diabetes. Not only that, fruit juice also does not create a feeling of fullness, making it easy for people to drink a lot without controlling their sugar intake. For example, to make 1 glass of orange juice, you need 3 to 4 oranges. Whereas if you ate the whole fruit, you would likely only eat 1 and feel satisfied. Juice is also easily altered if left out in the open air, losing vitamins and increasing its potential for oxidation. This is harmful for people with a weak liver, unstable blood pressure, or those undergoing treatment with medication. Eating the whole fruit is slow but steady, while juicing is fast but deep. deepen the weakening of the pancreas, the fatigue of the heart, and the silent rise of blood sugar that many people are unaware of until it's too late. Fruit is a wonderful natural food, but if eaten the wrong way, at the wrong time, or for the wrong purpose, it becomes a silent trigger for a host of health problems. Blood sugar spikes, the pancreas weakens, blood vessels harden, the heart beats irregularly, and the liver is forced to work overtime. Therefore, please take a serious look at your daily fruit-eating habits. Stay away from the mistakes analyzed above, not because someone forbids it, but for your own health, sleep, and peaceful life every day. If you find this video useful, please press the like button and share it with friends and family. Together, we can nurture our hearts, protect our livers, soothe our pancreases, and keep our memory sharp for a long time. So, the important question is, how should you eat fruit correctly? To make it delicious while also protecting your heart, liver, and blood pressure and helping you live healthily into old age? Many people eat fruit regularly but receive no benefits simply because they lack 3 core principles: timing, combination, and the right amount for a senior's body. Seniors, please eat fruit according to these 3 golden rules. Your heart will be healthy, your blood pressure stable, your liver clean, and you will live a long life. Because sometimes, just knowing to eat at the right time, in the right way, and in the right amount is enough to turn fruit into a life-giving medicine that helps you step into old age with ease, resilience, and more fulfillment than ever before. Golden rule number 1. Eat fruit at the right time. Choose your hours wisely to give your heart a break and lessen the burden on your liver and kidneys. Eating fruit is not just about what kind you eat, but when you eat it is also a crucial factor that determines nutrient absorption and its impact on your health. For seniors, whose livers are weaker, digestive systems are slower, and blood vessels are more vulnerable, the timing of fruit consumption is even more important than a supplement. The best time to eat fruit is mid-morning, from 9 to 10:30 a.m., or mid-afternoon, from 2 to 4 p.m. This is when the stomach has a base of a light meal from earlier, and the body is neither too hungry nor too full. At this time, digestive enzymes are most effective, helping the fruit to be metabolized gently. This minimizes the risk of sudden blood sugar spikes, acid reflux, or bloating and indigestion. Absolutely do not eat fruit immediately after a main meal. At that time, the stomach is busy digesting protein-rich and fatty foods. If you introduce fruit right away, especially types high in sugar and water, it will cause fermentation to occur in the stomach. This leads to gas, bloating, burping, and a dull pain in the liver area. You also should not eat fruit too close to bedtime. At night, the liver, pancreas, and kidneys begin to switch to a resting state. If they have to process sugar and acid from fruit, it can easily disrupt sleep, cause insomnia, a racing heart, and nighttime urination, leaving you feeling tired and mentally foggy the next morning. In other words, fruit has its own golden hour to maximize its medicinal properties. Eat at the right time, and the body receives it like medicine. Eat at the wrong time, and it becomes a silent burden. Remember, timing is not a small matter. It is the key that helps you turn fruit into a healing friend, not a troublemaker inside your body. Golden rule number 2. Eat fruit whole, with the skin on. Retain all the nutrients to help clean your blood vessels, nourish your liver, and fight the aging of your arteries. Many seniors have the habit of peeling fruit before eating it, thinking that the skin is tough, hard to digest, or has no nutritional value. But the truth is that thin skin is often where the most valuable nutrients are concentrated, which you might be accidentally throwing away. The skins of fruits like apples, pears, plums, kiwis, and grapes contain large amounts of insoluble fiber, flavonoids, antioxidants, and polyphenol. These components have the ability to clean blood vessels, help excrete bad cholesterol, and prevent hardening of the arteries. They reduce vein inflammation, keep vessel walls flexible for good circulation, and provide strong antioxidant protection for liver cells against free radicals, slowing down the aging process. In particular, the skin is where the plant accumulates natural protective compounds against bacteria, fungi, and insects. When we eat them, these compounds also become a biological shield for the human body. They support the immune system to work more effectively, which is especially important for seniors whose immune systems have weakened significantly. However, you need to wash them thoroughly. You can soak them in lightly salted water or diluted vinegar for about 10 to 15 minutes before eating. If you can choose clean, organic fruit that has not been treated with chemicals, eating it with the skin on will bring far superior benefits compared to just eating the flesh. With an apple, if you remove the skin, you lose nearly 50% of its antioxidants. With a kiwi, if you peel it, you throw away the valuable fiber that helps clean the intestines and regulate blood sugar. So, eating fruit correctly is not just about choosing the right type, but also about eating it completely, from the outside in. Because sometimes, the thinnest layer contains the most powerful things to nourish your health. Golden rule number 3. Eat a variety of fruits. Change them weekly so your body can absorb a full range of nutrients and protect all of its organ systems. Many seniors tend to eat the same few familiar fruits over and over, like papaya, bananas, or watermelon. They think they are used to it, it's convenient to buy, or it's easy to chew and swallow. However, eating the same type of fruit for a long time can lead to nutrient deficiencies, micronutrient imbalances, and even adverse reactions if a certain substance accumulates too much. Each type of fruit is a unique nutritional puzzle piece. Some are rich in antioxidants that protect the heart. Some are rich in enzymes that aid digestion. Some provide potassium to stabilize blood pressure. Others help to cleanse the liver, cool the intestines, and brighten the eyes. Therefore, eating a variety is the smart way to nourish your heart, liver, kidneys, blood pressure, memory, and digestion evenly. In particular, the bodies of older adults absorb nutrients less efficiently than younger people. So if you only eat a few types repeatedly, your body will not get enough of the necessary nutrients to recover. Conversely, when you vary your fruits weekly, choosing 2 to 3 new types each week and alternating them with familiar ones, your immune system, digestion, and metabolism will always be gently activated, never becoming stagnant or bored. In addition, eating seasonally is also an important factor. Seasonal fruits are often fresher, have fewer preservatives, retain a high vitamin content, and are suitable for the climate and the body's needs at different times. For example, in the summer, you should increase your intake of blueberries, cantaloupe, and green apples. In the winter, prioritize papaya, oranges, grapefruit, and well-ripened bananas. In short, fruit is not just food, it is nature's nutritional color palette. The more you know how to combine them, the more vibrant and balanced the picture of health you create for your senior years will be. Eating a variety is not just to change your palate, but to give your body the opportunity to recover completely, gently, and most naturally. Dear friends, if understood and eaten correctly, fruit will become a wonderful companion for your health in old age. You don't need complicated methods or expensive drugs. Just 3 golden rules: eat at the right time, keep the skin on, and vary your choices weekly. This is enough to protect your heart, clean your blood vessels, cool your liver, stabilize your blood pressure, and extend your life naturally and sustainably. Think of each piece of fruit as a drop of healing medicine. If you know how to use it at the right time and in the right way, your body will respond with a feeling of lightness, clarity, and wellness every day. If the content in this video has helped you understand more about how to eat fruit scientifically, please press the like button and share it with your friends and family, so that everyone in your family can live healthily, happily, and long lives together. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. I wish you peace, a strong heart, a clear memory, and a gentle smile on your face every day. I look forward to seeing you again for more in-depth health discussions here on the Living Well channel. Goodbye, and I wish you peace.